everybody, welcome to Wild Boy Movies, the place to talk movies, and today we're going to be reviewing G-Force, a 2009 spy movie, but with guinea pigs as the spies.
Right now I'm going to have some information up on screen for you to read, like director, runtime, and PAA rating. All of that will be up on screen for you to read right now.
But be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and comment down below your thoughts on G-Force. And yes, the setup is different now. I have a lot of plushies, the collectible plushies that go where all of these are now, and I moved them to my closet, so this is the new setup and it's subject to change. But without further ado, let's get right into the pros. Alright, starting off, I'm just gonna say it right off the bat. I am a big defender of G-Force. Like, I do not get why this movie has a 22% on Rotten Tomatoes with the critic score and a 40% with the audience score over on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I don't get why these people are not liking this movie, because this movie is just so awesome. Maybe that's because I grew up watching this movie and I have some nostalgia for the film, but I just rewatched the movie and I just got done with it like about 10-15 minutes ago, and my verdict still stands. This is still an awesome movie, and I just don't get why people are just not liking the movie. I mean, I really like the idea of having these guinea pigs as like spies for the government. Well, in the movie it's explained that the government is gonna get rid of the G-Force programming and cut the funding, and these hamsters or guinea pigs are trying to stop this cluster storm, which is an evil thing that this corporation is doing, but we'll get to that later. I think the idea of having these guinea pigs as spies worked very well in the movie and was essentially the first spy movie that I've seen before watching movies like No Time to Die, the last Daniel Craig James Bond movie. But this was still like a great idea, and I thought they executed that very well in this movie. Like, you got a pretty good group of characters in here. You got Darwin, Roaz, and Blaster as like the three main G-Force members. You also got Speckles, the mole, it's like the tech guy who is revealed to be the villain. We'll get to that later on. And you got like Harley, the new G-Force member, who I did not even know was voiced by Jon Favreau, the man who made the first two Iron Man movies, and was also Happy Hogan in the MCU. Crazy to know that, like 16 years after this movie was released. And then speaking of Jon Favreau, the cast in here also did pretty good. Like I said, Favreau, he did a pretty good job in that role. You got Sam Rockwell as well as Darwin. I thought he did a pretty good job. You also got Zach Galifianakis, who a lot of people are just not happy with right now because of his portrayal as Jumba in the live-action Lilo and Stitch. But he was also Felix Fischoeder in Bob's Burgers, so there's that. And also you got Nicolas Cage as Speckles. I did not even know for the longest time that that was indeed Nicolas Cage. Like, Longlegs himself was the mole in G-Force. Like, that's crazy to think about. You also got Will Ferrell in here. Like, I meant to say Will Arnett, not Will Ferrell. This movie had a pretty good cast, and all the actors in here did a pretty good job for their respective roles in the movie. I also really gotta go ahead and praise the cinematography in this movie, because I don't know what it is, but I'm just liking the coloring of the movie. Like, to me, it gives off vibes that this movie is set within like the same world as like the 2007 Transformers movie and the 2009 Friday the 13th remake. Like, all three of these movies to me kind of have that same cinematography vibe with the same type of coloring. Like, it all is set in this big Michael Bay universe, and I don't know why I really like that look for Transformers and the Friday the 13th remake, and here for G-Force, it just looks very good, especially when we get to like the scenes when these appliances are going around and attacking people in this cluster storm. And yeah, the cinematography in here was really good, and I'm hoping that one of these days we go back to like that type of cinematography, because we really haven't seen anything in terms of that type of cinematography that we saw in Transformers G-Force and the Friday remake. But yeah, the cinematography in here really good. But I also want to talk about the twist in this movie, because yes, the mole, Speckles, is indeed the main villain in this movie. We're led to believe that this CEO of this appliance company is the villain of the movie, but towards the end we find out that no, it's Speckles, and I really like that villain twist reveal for this movie. It's gotta be up there among my favorite twist villain reveals. Like, I just really like how they subverted expectations with this, and surprised us that this character who was supposed to be dead and we saw got crushed by that garbage truck, we all thought that he would have died in that, but he explained that he escaped through like a soup can and is the one behind Cluster Storm, and his reasoning and explanations and motive makes kind of sense, because he wants to get rid of humanity because humanity got rid of his family. And he explained in like this monologue scene that whenever you Google moles, it's not how to take care of them or love them, it's how to exterminate them. Like, he has valid motivations on why he wants to get rid of humanity, because humanity took away his family. And I don't know, I just really like that motivation and explanation for why he's doing the evil things that he's doing in the movie, and that twist villain reveal, and that final battle as well. A giant robot. I don't care if someone says that it's like Transformers-esque, even with the cinematography that I mentioned earlier. But that final battle with Speckles and Darwin on this giant robot was just so awesome, and it's kind of why I really, really like this movie. But honestly, there are a lot of great things to say about this movie, and yeah, I highly, highly recommend go ahead and check this movie out. It should be on Disney Plus, because this is a Disney movie, and I think you will have a great time watching this movie, because to me, this isn't a guilty pleasure movie. This is a strongly underrated movie, in my opinion. Like, again, don't get why it has a 22 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, it should be up in the 70s or 80s in terms of the Rotten Tomatoes score, because, yeah, this movie is just so good. And because of its low Rotten Tomatoes score, to me, it is an underrated movie, up there with 2018's The Nun.
So for my scorecard, I'm gonna give G-Force 4.5 stars, with the score out of 10 being 9.9 out of 10, with the percentage being 99%, with a grade of A+, with my final verdict being Disney's most underrated film.
But that was my review of G-Force. I want to hear from you guys. What are you guys' thoughts on this movie? Go ahead and leave your thoughts down in the comment section. And while you're at it, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video. And have a great day.